Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback Presents the All Memphis Postgame Show. I am your boy Jamal. With me is Mase. Mase, what's going on?
Hey man, it's Friday. Grizz got a dub. That's 2 in a row. Got a chance to make it 3 tomorrow against the Phoenix Suns, who are just an easy team to hate with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. So let's keep this thing rolling, baby. How are you?
You know how much I hate Chris Paul. You know how much I hate Chris Paul. I'm good, man. Another win tonight, like you said. We are. If you guys are new to the show, this is the All Memphis Postgame Show, where we recap and review every Memphis basketball game, whether that's the Memphis Tigers or the Memphis Grizzlies. Tonight, the Grizzlies defeated the Pistons of Detroit 109-95. Stacks versus Motown, and Stacks wins. Isaac Hayes beats Smokey Robinson.
Hey, and we kept the retro floor down, played in the normal or modern day uniforms. I'm just here to say I'm for that. I don't care that they don't match. That floor is better than our other floor. I'm down to keep that one down every time we play a game in Memphis, Tennessee.
All right, so why did we ever change the floor? That's what I want to know. Why do we ever change the floor? Because I feel like that floor was pretty much widely liked back in the early 2000s when they first came here. You know what I'm saying? When we first had that floor with Powell and them.
Yeah, I think it was trying to take the brand away from this team sucks, and like just trying to remake their brand image and just how people viewed the Grizzlies, because there was still a bad taste from many years of sucking in Vancouver and in Memphis. So, but now that we got some street cred, I'm down to just go back. Like if we just make the retros that we're currently wearing, not the Stacks, but the original Memphis joints. Yeah, if that's our home uniform, like I'd be completely fine with that.
I'm with you on that. I like the old. I didn't until you said it. I didn't even notice that we kept the floor down with the old floor with the New Jerseys. I didn't even notice it.
And I don't think those jerseys fit the grit and grind era. Like they wouldn't. It just wouldn't. It didn't work with them. But with this team, I think it fits well. Campbell, you're right. This should be short. But every time we say it's going to be short, we end up going 40 minutes.
Going 45 minutes just talking. All right, so let me get the stats up. Mace, let us know what happened in the first half.
Well, hold up. Did you have any keys tonight?
I did not, man. Here's the thing. Today was like the worst work from home day during this whole snowpocalypse for me. I was busy, and I was like, oh, let me figure out the keys to the game. Where at the point in time I was about to figure out the keys to the game. Let me give you a true story. It was probably about 3:00 this afternoon, and they had put out a warning telling all the restaurants in Memphis that they have to close because of the water situation that's going on here. If you don't know, shit's real here in Memphis right now. A lot of snow, a lot of cold, a lot of freezing pipes. So the wife and I are like, well, let's walk up to Young Avenue Deli to get some mozzarella sticks.
You get one of them big sandwiches, bro?
Let's walk to Young Ave, get some mozzarella sticks, get it to go beer. Because I was like, I only have X amount of beer in the house. I don't want to drink my beer. I can walk up to Young Ave, get some beer. So I got preoccupied with getting ready to go to Young Ave, and then they were open, closed, figuring out. And I didn't write down my keys to the game. But part of the reason why I didn't write down my keys to the game is because we should have won this. I knew we should have won this game. Coming off the way we played the other night on today's Friday, we played on Wednesday, right? Yeah, played on Wednesday. Some of the things to build on, you was kind of hopeful that we could. Then when I saw that Dylan was out, I have so much criticism for Dylan, and he was out. Dylan's always one of my keys to the games, and with him, I was like, yeah, whatever. But no, I didn't have any keys to answer the question.
All right, well, my keys were JV needs to outplay the Plumlee brother. Limit their free throws because they get like 24 points a game from the free throw line. And then can our bench get back to not sucking and can Tyus, provide us anything off the bench. And for the most part, we did all of those things. We started out early, jumped out 15-7. Ja and JV were being aggressive. Then the bench came in. I mean, everybody was playing well. At the end of the first quarter, it's 35-17, so it looked like we were on track for a rout. We had 24 points in the paint in the first quarter. The Pistons had 4. I mean, the Pistons were taking bad shots and just throwing the ball all over the place. Melton came in, had 3 steals. It was almost like a repeat of the Kyle Anderson night. So just came out and jumped on them early and took care of the ball.
Yeah, just watching it, not even not paying close enough attention to write the notes, just keeping notes in my head and watching it. The first quarter was what we wanted it to be like. I knew in my research and for my other extracurricular activities, I thought that they don't have an inside presence, so this should definitely be a game that Jonas should dominate. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should have been an easy thing in the first quarter especially. He was doing a lot. Like he ended the first half with basically a double, like 13 and 9, or did he have like 13 and 10?
Yeah, 11 and 9.
11 and 9. Right at the end of the first half. So you kind of saw that. You like what Grayson was aggressive in the first quarter, took a couple shots. Like, you like the aggressiveness, but then again, is kind of the same thing that I said last game. Where does our killer instinct come from? Because going into that second quarter, we took our foot off the gas. And, they started coming back. They walked us down. They just cut into the lead. And this is the second time in a week. It was last Friday. It was last week today that we had a 20-point lead against the Lakers and we lost the game. And you could have, if this was a better team, maybe that would have happened tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, DeLon Wright got hot, hit a couple threes there. Jeremy Grant finally scored late in the second quarter. But then I thought we responded well. We called a timeout, and Ja had the wraparound left-handed bounce pass to Xavier Tillman for an easy bucket. He also had the oop to Brandon Clark, where he split 2 people right there in that second quarter. And when the Pistons had cut the lead to 8, we pushed it right back to 15. And then we let them cut it to 10 there at halftime. But all in all, man, I'll take that. We held a team to 43 points in the first half.
Right.
In today's NBA, that's a pretty tough feat to accomplish. We only had 4 turnovers and things were going well. But then we got into the third quarter, and reigning NBA Player of the Week, Sadiq Bey, tried to get it going. And he hit a couple. I think he hit 3 quick threes to start the quarter.
Where did this dude come from?
Villanova.
And I was in doing my research for my other extracurricular activity, I was like, who else on the Pistons can I add into this parlay to figure something out? And you saw in the last 5 games and last week, since they decided to sit Blake Griffin and split his minutes up, Bey has been a super productive player for them. I don't know exactly what they're going to do as the Pistons, but they do have some nice young pieces. The point guard, Killian Hayes, is injured. He was top 10 pick. He was a lottery pick. So you got him. You got the Bay kid, Jeremy Grant, who isn't young, but also isn't old. Slowing down from his performances the first few weeks of the season. I think teams can see him now in this new light that he is as being their star player, so they can prepare for him. Plumlee just is the type of utility role player that you want to have. Doesn't really score that much, but he can give you 8 to 10 rebounds every game. It's going to be interesting to see where this Detroit Pistons team ends up with what they do. Josh Jackson, DeLon Wright, don't know if they're pieces of the future. Wayne Ellington, I don't know. All 3 of those players have Memphis ties, but don't know if either one of them are the future in their franchise. But for what they got going on, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see where they end up. And yeah, just the thought about Bay got me on that rant.
Yeah, I mean, they suck, but they have some decent players, and you can understand why they beat some. Most of their wins have came against some of the top teams in the league, and you can see why. If all those players play well, they have a chance. But I mean, tonight they shot 31% from 3, and they threw the ball all over the damn gym. Yeah, Campbell not a fan of old McDermott, huh? He He was in early in the fourth quarter, and one of my notes is, why the hell is McDermott in the game?
Yo, Alex was like, who is McDermott and why is he in? He's thrown the ball away 3 times.
The only thing I can think is they're trying to save players for the back-to-back tomorrow, and how we ease people in when they hadn't played, and Bain and Melton were in their first game back. I thought both played well. And but while this is on my mind, I want to make sure we mention it. I thought Grayson Allen did a great job defensively and just impacting the game in other ways than scoring. I don't even know. I don't remember him scoring, but he had 6 assists, 3 steals, and basically just kept Wayne Ellington out of it. I also thought Brandon Clark was really good defensively tonight and just acted like the guy we remember. And who we need. And even though we went back to that starting lineup with Kyle at the 3, BC at the 4, and JV at the 5, against the Pistons, it didn't really matter because they were in the drop defense, and Ja just attacked them the whole second half. And one more player, Xavier Tillman, I thought he just did everything tonight too. So I want to make sure I hit on those 3 guys because you're not going to show up in the box score, but just big nights from Grayson, BC, and X. Now, Ja Morant took over the third quarter. He had 13 points in the third quarter. We had 3 consecutive possessions where we had offensive rebounds. And what I liked was we only shot 4 threes in the third quarter. We realized it wasn't falling. I think we finished 5 of 20 from 3.
5 of 20,
I can't remember us winning a game when we've been not just that bad, but anywhere close to that bad from 3. But we didn't let it affect us. And Ja just attacked. He had over 20 field goal attempts. And when he missed, Valanciunas cleaned it up. We missed 10 shots in the third quarter and had 4 offensive rebounds. So we just took it to him, I thought.
In the third quarter, speaking of Ja in the third quarter, somebody on the broadcast, Brevin said it.
Isaiah Stewart, their other lottery pick.
if you didn't hear it, if you didn't see it, every time Ja scored, he was coming down the court talking to somebody. He would score, come down the court and look at somebody on Detroit and point and yada, yada, yada. And they said it was Isaiah Stewart. And something clicked in that third quarter because Ja wasn't trying to pass no more. He wasn't looking to pass. He finished the game with 4 assists. He had 3 at half. And you think about it that way, that he's had double-digit assists the last 3 games, maybe not double-digit assists. Yeah, might have been double-digit assists.
I think at least 3, maybe 4.
Yeah. He had triple-double and then, 10, 11 assists. Like, he averages 7 assists a game. That's what he does. He's trying to find me. But in the third quarter, something clicked, and he didn't look – he was super aggressive. He got 4 foul calls on Dennis Smith, 3 on Dennis Smith for sure, on the swing through 3-pointer. Just being aggressive, looking to score, looking to get his shot off, looking to score points for his team and not really get others involved, which is something that I have been wanting from him for a while, especially against teams like this. Like Jamal Murray on Denver scored 50 points tonight against the Cavaliers because the Cavaliers suck. That's what Josh should do against the Pistons. Like, this is the time where I get myself going for my game tomorrow against Phoenix, because we know that's going to be a significantly tougher game. I'm going to give y'all these buckets, you know what I'm saying? Like, against these teams like this, against OKC and Detroit and the Clevelands of the world. Ja didn't play against Cleveland because he was hurt. Yeah, you put buckets on them because why not? That's what you do with those teams. And it was good to see him do that in this third quarter, to become really aggressive. And he looked to score every time he got the ball.
Yeah, I mean, 13 in the third, then he followed it up with 8 in the fourth. Even though he only had 1 field goal in the fourth, he was getting to the line. And to me, this was, although it was not his 44-point game night, this was the definition of a superstar night. You realize your teammates don't have it, or the offense just isn't flowing like you're used to when you're winning games, and you just take over and you just do what you have to do to win the game. And I thought he did that. And it's not like he wasn't looking for the passes in those moments when he was just, seeing red, basically, still able to hit his rollers. I don't know why the Pistons, I guess they always play that drop coverage, but I wish every team did it because Ja really took advantage of it. And he wasn't scared to shoot the floater. He wasn't looking for the oop or anything. He just kind of went in there with the mindset of, I'm going up and I'm shooting this. Just that killer mindset. And like you said, it was good to see because we haven't seen that version of Ja Morant in a long time, maybe since the first 2 games of this season, even though he's been playing really well. But yeah, just great to see. So anything else on Ja or the fourth quarter?
My favorite Ja is shit talking Ja. My favorite Ja is shit talking Ja. I'm gonna score on you. I'm gonna run down the court. I'm gonna do all these hand gestures. He too little. I'm gonna start yawning because y'all can't hold me. I'm gonna do everything else that's my favorite Ja, dog. Because now I know you. Now I know you feel it. Now I know you. Now I know where you at. And so it was good to see him do that. This isn't on Ja. This is Jonas. What did Jonas finish up with? 17 to 15. Which was what he should have, something around those numbers he should have had with his team with no interior presence. But yeah, Jonas is getting aggressively close to being labeled a dirty player.
Yeah. If he wasn't on our team, we may already call him a dirty player.
Right. If he wasn't a Grizzly, I would already be like, yo, fuck that dude. Because he pushed 2 dudes out of the air today.
Yeah.
Like literally 2-arm, 4-arm, push these dudes out of the air. Didn't get it. I mean, I think they might have called fouls on some of them, but people in Sacramento have been up in arms because he basically broke what's his name?
Metu, yeah.
Met his wrist. He basically broke his wrist on Sunday. Although Metu did try to put his nuts on his neck, but Jonas basically broke his wrist by swinging him around. And in this game, like, he pushed 2 dudes out of the air. He was just kind of being fired. He's very close, borderline to being a dirty player.
I'm still surprised he didn't get suspended for that. I understand that you don't want someone putting their nuts on the back of your neck or whatever, and I can't say that I would not have done the same thing, but still would have expected a suspension. That's dangerous, and obviously broke the guy's wrist. You can't have that. If that was any player that anyone even knows their name, I think he'd have been looking at like 2-3 games minimum.
For sure.
But
it would have been De'Aaron Fox. He would have been down. If there would have been De'Aaron Fox and not the dude it was, 3 games for sure.
Yeah, but as it is, it's not. We don't condone those type of plays for sure. But he didn't hurt anyone tonight. Man, now I just feel like I'm sticking up for my friend who just did something really bad. Anyways, all right, moving on.
If you really knew him. If you knew him and what he felt like,
he didn't mean it.
He didn't really mean it the way that y'all heard him or saw him do it.
Sacramento fans, he broke his wrist. What do you mean? The Pistons got it close in the fourth quarter, the closest they had all game, 90-89, with 6:27 left. We responded with a steal. Ja dropped it off to Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane was the only player on the team to score more than 1 field goal in the fourth quarter, and he had 2. And I believe they were both 2-pointers. So it was nice to see him. His shot wasn't falling. He had 10 points. But just to see him effective and in the game in crunch time. But I thought a big play was Grayson drew a charge on Josh Jackson right there as they were making their run. I think they went on like a 17-5 run or something along those lines. And then we closed the game out over the last 6 minutes on a 19-4 run. So just cut the water off, and Ja got to the free throw line. Kyle got to the free throw line. The defense was really good. I mean, Jeremy Grant one time threw it. It looked like it was going to go about 10 rows up into the stands. But because the bench is so deep, it landed with one of our players. But just a nice closeout to a game. Yes, you did let the team back in it, but you responded and you were able to get a 14-point win. I'll take that any day of the week in the NBA.
14-point win. They're a favorite to win. I think the last thing was by 4 or 5. Take it to 14. A good takeaway. This was a game of runs. Like I said, they're going to run, then we were going to run. They're going to run, then we're going to run. But every time that they came on a run, we answered back with our own little run or mini run. It was good. It was good to see that, obviously, that resilience, that strength in being able to sustain some hits, sustain some body blows, and come back and give some yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I apologize for saying cut the water off. That's very insensitive during these
Yeah,
times.
man. During these times in Memphis,
Be careful with your water usage.
boil it for 3 minutes and then just let it cool on down. If you we can give you all types of tips that everybody in the South done learn during this cold snap. 6 or 7 inches of snow here. But no, I'm happy for that to happen. I think, like we said earlier this week, after the we played on Tuesday and Wednesday. After the Tuesday game, like just win these games. After we lost to the Pelicans on Tuesday.
Got our butt whooped.
Yeah, after we got our ass kicked by the Pelicans on Tuesday, it was just what you got these 2 games to get right games, to get back games against the Thunder and the Pistons. You do that. Use them to get right and get back. I didn't think about this till you said it a few minutes ago. I believe we'll see Dylan tomorrow on this back-to-back. Unless it's a really bad, whatever tweak, we'll probably see him with DeAnthony and Bane back. The bench is back. Tyus, DeAnthony, Bane, the hallmarks of your bench unit. Gorgie's out of the rotation for now. Probably for a minute since everybody's kind of back healthy. But these were the games where you get people their minutes, you get them their reps. We saw McDermott. Conchar didn't play, right? He's hurt too?
No, he just was out of the rotation.
Okay, so we probably won't see Conchar that much more. I doubt we see McDermott that much more. And to be honest, if I have to, I would rather see Conchar than McDermott, maybe just because I've seen more of Conchar. But if I don't see them both, I'm fine. Campbell thinks Dylan is traded. I do not think they traded Dylan, but
yeah, the Dylan haters are on cloud 9 right now because we got a 14-point win without him. My buddy Sam from the Barn Burners texted me happy that he didn't play. Said the ball was zipping around a lot more, and I don't know if that's true. We had 20 assists and we averaged right around 28. So I just think we beat a bad team who played awful tonight and threw the ball all over the gym. They shot 45 threes, 31% on those. They only made 14. So
they made 14 threes. We made 5 threes. They made 14. So 14 times 3 is 42. 42 of their 95 points from the 3-point line. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And 15 of our 109 from the 3-point line. Points in the paint, 66, right around the number that we use. That's our sweet spot, man. 60, we average 64, I think that's it. So anything between 58 to 68, 58 to 70 in paint points is good for us. It was good to see 20 assists, 12 steals. It was a good game for us, man. Out rebounded them. It's something that we can build on. 20 and 23 from free throw line. I think we were Ja went 9 from 10. At one point in the fourth quarter, I think we were 11-11 from the free throw line. So, making the free throws when they count, when you need them, all of those things are things that you can build on for when you play good teams. And you got a good team coming in tomorrow against Phoenix, who just came back completely against New Orleans tonight. They were down by 11 going into the fourth, and they ended up winning the game by 100 points. I don't know how they do it, but so now you got them coming in tomorrow, and you got to handle business there. Like we played them on MLK Day, and we took care of business then. D Book didn't have a good game. I think he might have finished with a little less than 20. Actually, I'm gonna look that up. What's your final thoughts on this Pistons game before we go to the Suns?
We dominated in the paint. We outscored them on second chance points, even though we had the same amount of offensive rebounds. And they turned the ball over 21 times. I think you said we had 12 steals, so they had 9 just unforced errors, basically. And we only had 11 turnovers ourselves. Didn't convert the points off turnovers. We had 24, but I think that's probably due to a lot of those being dead ball turnovers, like charges and them throwing it into the stands. So if we had 12 steals and 24 points off turnovers, I'll take that. And the bench outplayed their bench, and their bench is the leading unit in scoring wise in the NBA. So that's good to see. Even though we only had 31 points off the bench, they made a step in the right direction, and I just thought we haven't seen the Grizzlies win a game like this yet, where they just have to find a different way to win. And tonight it was Ja Morant being a superstar. And even though it was no highlight plays or anything like that, it just felt like a superstar night. He was getting calls, when he's jumping up at 50 feet away from the basket. So, and we'll see going into this Phoenix game if our one-on-one defense remains as good as it was tonight, or if it was just a matter of the personnel that the Pistons have, or lack thereof, maybe. Our rotations looked good. We were on a string. We'll see if we stay in attack mode, and if the threes are there, obviously Jenkins and company want us to shoot them, and we definitely should. We got the shooters now, and we'll see if the bench can continue to play well. We're going to need Tyus to come in and lead that unit, especially with when you compare the starting lineups. Phoenix is probably head and shoulders above us. Not probably, they are. They've got 2 All-Stars and DeAndre Ayton, whereas we have a borderline all-star and Valanciunas and the newfound Kyle Anderson. So just seeing if things carry over tomorrow, even if it's not a win. Phoenix is 18-10. I think they're 5th in the West. They're 8-2 their last 10 games. They've been playing really, really well. So just want to make sure that we carry over these good habits into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, that's it. The good habit, you build on the good habits and you forget the bad ones. Then I would probably say the only bad ones we could have shot the ball better tonight. That comes with what it is. Just creating that killer instinct. We had them down, let them back in. Got them back down, let them back in. We can't do it against Phoenix. We obviously, like I said, we just mentioned, like tonight, Phoenix was down basically that whole game, and then Phoenix defense held New Orleans to 12 points in the fourth quarter. So we know what they can do. We got to be ready for it. All right, so let's go through your superlatives. Who you got for player of the game?
Ja Morant, baby, 29-4. I was gonna go a little contrarian and give it to Grayson Allen for his defense and for taking that charge, but it's a little too white right now. So I'm going with Ja for closing this one out for us and 21 points in the second half.
I'm gonna go with another white guy. I'm gonna go with a European though. I'm gonna go with Jonas with his double 17 to 15. In these type of games, man, where it's like they have no inside presence, he does what he has to do. He's a walking double. Him on the court, we've already mentioned the kind of synergy that he has with Ja. So him on the court and just being that physical presence on the court, knocking dudes out of the air, being physical, being mean, being the dirty player if he has to be. So I am going to give it to Jonas.
7 of those rebounds on the offensive end. So basically half his rebounds.
Definitely needed those. Who's your bum of the game?
Ooh, bum of the game. Who is my bum of the game? Who you got? Let me think about it.
Mine is not a player that played tonight. Usually I like to reserve my bum of the game for Justice Winslow's wardrobe. But today I'm going to give it to Jaren Jackson Jr.'s wardrobe, the house coat that he wore, and with the big neon X on the back. First off, it didn't look warm. It's 9 degrees outside, my nigga. Like, it's cold here in Memphis. Put some clothes on. I don't know who these dudes stylists are. I don't know if they try to be like Mike Conley when Mike was here and have all this. I don't know, but they got to do better because Jaren and Justice they're not representing us well on the sideline, and so he's my bum of the game.
I'm going to go with Isaiah Stewart for whatever he said to Ja Morant. He must not, live in Memphis or listen to Memphis radio with the "Don't Poke the Bear" commercial, because we all know by now, "Don't poke the bear." That is Ja Morant.
He said Ja off, man. So he did something, and Ja said, "Okay, I'm shooting." And one time he came off the pick off the wing, went right at him. I'm going at you for this layup. So it's good to see you love that Ja has that in him. We want Ja to put some more weight on himself so he can take some of these bumps and stuff when he gets on his frame, so he can take these bumps and stuff. But you love to see it. My play of the game, I'm gonna take Ja's lob to Brandon Clark. I think, it's just fun to see that. Like Josh creative with passes and creative moves to get to throw lobs. Brandon can jump out the gym. So, Ja to Brandon, Ja to BC.
Yeah, and there's one angle of that where he's splitting like two defenders, catching the oop and dunking it right in the middle of them. So that's a great play, and I'll go with the other Ja Morant pass. Only had 4 assists, and 2 of them were highlights. But the left-handed wraparound bounce pass to Xavier Tillman, it reminded me of like a Pistol Pete training video or something. So.
Hey, I want to give an honorary play of the game, even though it wasn't this game, to Anthony Edwards dunking on Yuta Watanabe. If you're listening to this after just Google Anthony Edwards, Yuta Watanabe, and then just pray for Yuta's family. Because
did he dunk on all of Japan?
I believe so.
All of Japan felt that.
I believe so.
All right, I think that's all the superlatives. So. Did you win any money tonight, Jamal?
Did not. I didn't hedge my bets this time. I said, you know what? It's a Friday night. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go all in. I'm putting $3 on this. $3. And I was pretty close, you know. The thing that held me back, I picked Ja to get 6 assists, 6+ assists. He only had 4. That's why I was so observant of his ball handling in the second half to see exactly what he was doing. I had DeLon Wright getting 4 rebounds. He averages about 4 to 5 rebounds a game. And he went out, halfway through the third quarter or halfway when it didn't get hurt? I mean, DeLon Wright went out at some point and then it didn't come back in.
Yeah, and that changed. I thought that really changed the momentum of the game as much as anything the Grizzlies did. And I think it was early fourth.
Or early fourth. So, and if he would have played, he would have got the 4 rebounds. And then I had Grayson Allen over 8.5 points. I mean, Grayson has hit double figures the last 2 or 3 games. He shot 3 for 9 tonight. Missed a 3 or something like that. I think he finished with 6 points. Maybe finished with 5 or 6 points. So he was close to it. You know, just some things. But the ones I did get right, I had DeLon Wright get more than 10 points. Sadiq Bey getting more than 10 points. Kyle Anderson getting more than 10 points. Jeremy Grant getting 15 points, which I'm glad I did because when I originally made this, I had him getting over 17.5, but I took it down to 15 and added something else just because he was kind of whatever. So that was a good catch by me. Jonas with 15 points, 10 rebounds. John Moran over 15 points. DeLon Wright over 4 assists. Kyle Anderson over 4 rebounds. Jonas over 10 rebounds. Mason Plumlee over 8 rebounds. Then I put the Grizzlies money line in there. So, I mean, I missed it by that much. You watch enough of these games and you watch enough of these teams, and this is if you got to know inside baseball here. You can always count on Jonas giving you at least 10 points and 10 rebounds. If you want to bet that, you can do that. Ja usually gives you 6 assists. That's a usually easy bet. Kyle is good for now. Maybe he regresses, but he'll give you 10, at least 10 every game. For the rebounds is kind of a stretch sometimes, but you know. He does that. So just kind of taking what I know with some of these. I'm not too mad about tonight, though. I would much rather them take this victory than for me to win what I was going to win by betting this $3.
You know, your explanation and your thoughts on your betting process sound great, but have you won all week?
Oh, no. Oh, I've won. I haven't won off the Grizzlies.
Okay.
Like I won some off the I actually won tonight with the Suns and the Pelicans. I bet a few teams because you know what their star players are consistent, so you kind of know what they're going to do. So New Orleans and Phoenix, I won something a couple nights ago. I won a good amount with the Hawks and Celtics.
We might have to see if there's a correlation to when you lose and the Grizzlies win. Hopefully not, because I hate for that to have to continue.
When I do that, but I would couch it with a money line bet on the Grizzlies or something like that. But we'll see. Tomorrow we'll figure out. I might even there might be something I post on the Facebook.
You need to do that.
What I predict tomorrow. I might do that. We'll see. That should be fun. Yeah. And so no, I didn't win any money tonight. But anyway, this is the not off the Grizzlies, off the other team I did. Yeah. So that was the Phoenix Suns. We got them tomorrow. Dylan Brooks was 1 for 10 against them last time. What did they do, though? What did they do?
Nothing.
Devin Booker had 12, 5 of 21. Oh, I remember that. He got a tech in the first quarter. In the first and second quarter, he got a tech, and it threw his whole game off.
Can you help remind me who locked him up?
I don't think there was MLK Day. I was out, but I was listening to it on the radio. I can't remember. Was it Dylan?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Just gotta give my boy some love, man.
That's light skin on light skin crime right there, man. But yeah, maybe Kendall Jenner comes to Memphis too, following Devin Booker around.
All right, man. Well, they can find me on Twitter at BarnBurnerSlim. Where can they find you in the show?
It's time to go. They can find me on Twitter at Nerdy McFly, on Facebook at the Kickback Pod, on Instagram at _Kickback_podcast, and on YouTube at Diamond in the Bluff Media. We have all the recaps from all the Grizzlies and Tigers games there. Yeah. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna finish drinking my beer with a nice B glass. And yeah, with that being said, I am Jamal. That is Mase, and we are out.
Peace. Campbell was pure comedy.